The Toltec civilization emerged in ancient central Mexico during the 10th to mid-12th centuries. Building upon the Mesoamerican legacy of earlier cultures, the Toltecs established a remarkable capital called Tollan. Their influence extended beyond their own time, shaping civilizations like the Aztecs, who held the Toltecs in high esteem and even claimed to have descended from them. Our knowledge of the Toltecs mostly comes from Aztec and post-colonial texts, which documented earlier oral traditions. While these accounts aren't exhaustive and might be influenced by the Aztecs' admiration for the Toltecs, they still offer insight. Comparisons with earlier Mayan texts and surviving archaeological evidence help paint a broad picture of this civilization. The Toltecs traced their origins to the Tolteca Chichimeca people, who migrated from the arid northwestern deserts to Culhuacan in the Valley of Mexico during the 9th century. According to Aztec records, the first Toltec leader was Tecpatl Mixcoatl, one flint cloud serpent, and his son Topoltzin, one reed sacrificer, gained fame as a notable ruler, earning titles including the godly Quetzalcoatl, feathered serpent. Initially settling in Culhuacan, the Toltecs later founded their capital, Tollan, also known as Tula, meaning place of reeds. The city expanded to cover around 14 square kilometers and accommodated a population of 30,000 to 40,000. The central part of the city was organized in a grid layout, bearing a striking resemblance to the Mayan city of Chichen Itza. Interestingly, both civilizations had cultural heroes associated with the feathered serpent, suggesting a strong cultural connection between the two. In Aztec mythology, Tollan was renowned for its opulent palaces and magnificent structures adorned with treasures like gold, jade, turquoise, and quetzal feathers. The city's prosperity was attributed to the exceptional talents of Toltec craftsmen who excelled in metallurgy and pottery. These skilled artisans were so adept that their potters were said to have mastered the art of shaping clay to perfection. This expertise extended to metalworking and jewelry, leading later Aztec artisans to be known as Tolteca. The Toltecs were also credited with their agricultural prowess, cultivating substantial maize crops and vibrant naturally colored cotton in shades of red, yellow, green, and blue. Although the ravages of time have erased many physical traces of this material wealth, historical accounts mention the Toltecs' significant trade in obsidian, a volcanic glass used for crafting blades and arrowheads, which they sourced from nearby Pachuca. While the actual city of Tollan might not have matched the splendor of its legendary status, the archaeological site still holds a wealth of remarkable monuments. Perched on a limestone promontory, the site features two prominent pyramids, a colonnaded walkway, a substantial palace structure, and two ball courts, all surrounded by a dense urban housing area. The residential quarters are arranged in clusters of up to 5 flat-roofed dwellings, organized around courtyards with central altars and enclosed by protective walls. The Toltecs were known for their martial nature, often subduing neighboring tribes and exacting tribute without necessarily integrating them. Architectural sculptures on the pyramids exhibit large columns, each composed of 4 drums, depicting warriors standing atop the pyramid tiers. These figures would have supported roof structures and were adorned with warrior attire, including a drum headdress and butterfly pectoral. At their sides, the warriors held atlatls, or spear throwers. Impressive feathered snake columns also survive from the original entrance, indicating the existence of advanced workshops capable of mass production. Friezes encircle the pyramids, and a distinctive 40-meter-long L-shaped wall, an innovation attributed to the Toltecs, showcases scenes featuring animals like jaguars, wolves, and coyotes, symbols of the Toltecs' warlike nature. Sacrificial scenes are also depicted, often featuring rattlesnakes and entwined skeletons. The carvings include images of feathered creatures, possibly jaguars, and eagles grasping hearts in their beaks. Tollan introduces one of Mesoamerica's iconic features, the chocmol. These reclining stone figures, cradling vessels on their stomachs for offerings to the gods, would become a common sight in temples across the region. At Tollan, these figures are positioned next to bench thrones atop the pyramid temple. The exact factors leading to the decline of the Toltec civilization remain shrouded in mystery. The Toltecs, known for their militaristic approach and imposition of tribute from neighboring tribes, may not have integrated well with their conquered territories. The civilization's downfall might have been hastened by natural calamities like prolonged droughts, which strained resources and destabilized their power. Internal conflicts could have further weakened the societal structure, echoing the legendary tales of battles between deities like Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca, interwoven with historical events. What is certain is that signs of violence and destruction appear in Tolan around the mid-12th century. Many architectural elements were intentionally burned and buried, and the Aztecs systematically looted the site. Led by the last Toltec leader, Humac, the remaining Toltec population relocated to Chapultepec on the western shores of Lake Texcoco, a move dated to around 1156 or 1168. The Toltec name retained a significant aura, particularly among the Maya and Aztecs. These civilizations greatly admired the Toltecs and adopted numerous aspects of their religious practices and art. The Toltec era was considered a golden age, credited with innovations such as writing, medicine, and metallurgy, although these might have been developed earlier by other cultures. However, the Toltecs notably influenced architecture and sculpture. Recognizable deity figures found in Tolan, later incorporated into the Aztec pantheon, included Senteotl, Xochiquetzal, Tlahuicalpanticuli, and the feathered serpent associated with Quetzalcoatl. Carvings of Coxsacli vessels used in sacrifices, chacmals, and Zompantli, skull racks, all underscore the Toltecs' lasting impact on their more renowned successors. For the Aztecs, it was the Toltecs they held in the highest esteem, proclaiming their descent from this ancient civilization. This reverence is evident in the Aztec expression Toltecaotl, or to have a Toltec heart. This phrase conveyed the idea of being worthy and excelling in all pursuits, exemplifying the magnitude of respect and admiration the Aztecs held for the Toltecs.